6'5" freshman wing from LSU this past season. Victorius Miller is in the portal. A four-star kid, former top 50 recruit, prepped at Arizona Compass. For people who know that school, that's like Jeremiah Fears was there, a couple other very high-level prep school. A lot of good players come out of there. He had a solid freshman year at LSU. I remember in the month of December for sure, like in specifically. Now LSU didn't have the best season as a team, but he was averaging like 15, 16 points in the month of December, ends his freshman season averaging almost 9 points with 2 rebounds, 1 assist a game, 45% from the field. Very intriguing kind of wing guard, versatile prospect. He is the nephew of P. Miller. He is the son of Silk the Shocker. So he's got some celebrity status to him as well. But I really liked him out of high school. I think he's got a lot of games, got size. I think he's a guy that can score the basketball, so I'm sure he'll have some suitors. Dion, first, what do you see from Victorious, and kind of what do you think about his game?
I mean, the first thing that pops off with him is his bounce. Super athletic, super athletic. Wasn't the greatest shooter last year. Shot 31% from three on just under four attempts. But he has crazy bounce, very athletic, very quick. Got a little wiggle to his game. He cuts well too. That's one thing I noticed is if you run the fast break, he runs to the basket. He backdoor cuts at the good time. Really uses his athleticism to the best of his abilities. But like I said, wasn't the greatest shooter. If you played on LSU, I'm assuming you don't play the most defense. But I do believe there's something there with this kid. That if you're a school, you're bringing him in for 3 more years. Like maybe you don't get crazy production year one, but year two, year three, I think you're getting a good player.
Yeah, no, I definitely think there's some good things going on with his game and things that I like. Now, 24/7 Sports, Travis Branham reports that Victorious Miller has heard from the following schools. He has Zoom completed with Georgia Tech. He's also heard from Memphis. He has a Zoom scheduled with Kentucky, Iowa, UC Santa Barbara, Washington, USC, UCLA, Tennessee, Michigan State, Houston, and Providence. So a large list of schools there. Um, I can see some potential fits in a lot of those places. Washington has a lot of money. I'm sure they could throw around and have a really good guard in their fold. They need some guards. USC must kind of get him back on the West Coast. I can see that happening as well. Maybe even if you're UCLA, pairing him with Donovan Dent. I don't really know how he fits with Mick Cronin. We'll have to see how that relationship works out. But are there any schools that I just named that work out for you that you could see him possibly playing at?
Did you mention Michigan State?
I did mention Michigan. I listen. I'm just skeptical if Michigan. I'm not saying they didn't, because I would love. I think having a guy who's a little bit of size, score the basketball, a guy that can get his own would be massive for Michigan State. Um, I just I saw the Victorious. I don't think is necessarily the most. He's not a bad defensive player, but he didn't have to play defense at LSU because it was just LSU. So, I think he has the tools, he has the frame to do so, but you got to be able to defend to get on the floor for Michigan State. So, I don't know. I would most certainly welcome him being a part of the team, though.
Well, that's where I think his best fits are the teams that like believe in defense, and you those are the schools that might get him to buy in on that end. That's the biggest portion of his game that I think is missing. And then respectfully, that 3 point percentage that ain't gonna bother anybody at Michigan State.
Hey, relax, please. Please relax. Yeah, we the thing is also, yeah, we need some shooting too. We got guys that can shoot 30% from three. We need some shooting. Houston would be interesting just because he get to go play with his I guess that'd be his cousin, right?
Yeah, mercy.
Yeah, so could do that. Providence is on every list, so we see that. The West Coast schools are the ones that intrigue me though. And Memphis as well. I can see Penny in Memphis giving him a shot. And I think he could be a really good wing. If you did have to call your shot for him right now, I know it's very early on. Where could you see it? Think would be his best landing spot?
I think the earlier you have to go where there's the family connection with Houston.
Yeah, I could see that definitely being a spot. I know they'll be graduating Crier. They do bring back some guards, but they're a little bit of undersized team, so I could definitely see them there. If not Houston, I could just see them also end up at USC. They deal with a lot of celebrity kids, so I feel like that's an area you could get in. I feel like Musk does really good with guards, wings, his size. So I think that'd be an interesting proposition for him. Um, But yeah, I'm sure there will be a lot of suitors. This list will get cut down, I'm sure, soon, and we'll have all the updates for Victorious Miller here over on Sleepers Media YouTube channel, as well as all portal entries and list and whatnot. So be sure to tap in. It is March, and that means that March Madness is upon us. And if you are looking for a place to play, Underdog Fantasy has you covered. Sign up and deposit using code SLEEPERS, that's code SLEEPERS, to receive up to $1,000 in bonus credit plus a free pick. Head over to Underdog Fantasy today and use promo code SLEEPERS to take advantage of this amazing offer.